All right, thank you all. This poem is called The Greatest Poems of All, and it's to all of you. The greatest poems are never written down, but lonely and forgotten before a pen can be found. The greatest poems never find the ink in the time it takes you to think. Slowly with time they fade and face the guillotine of jilted poems and unrequited lovers, or glued to my own vague memory of what could have been if only I'd had a pen and the recollection to keep repeating what it was I was trying to say. The greatest poems are girls who pour dewars on the rocks down their breasts with a splash of water as I drink it off. The greatest poems lick the ink from the tip of my idea. The greatest poems of all get drunk from the bottle, straight, no chaser, no requiem for a dream, no teen queen Chinese angels on the silver screen, no Hollywood homecoming queens leaping side to side in ecstasy, or just beautiful girls who once gave me their phone numbers, or girls back in high school who kissed me and later became strippers, midnight sirens to madness, mad, drunker, barroom brawls, bras, panties, imported beer. The greatest poems of all, who put my drinks on their tabs, and heavenly broads who brought me elixirs, which I did drink down into myself, the likes of absinthe, sugar, laudanum. Or I read the rhyme of the ancient mariner, mad at midnight, typing poems furiously towards glory or mayhem, or maybe for nothing at all, or maybe just for the greatest poems of all. So here to the greatest poems of all, to bikini contests, to bikini kill, to Bukowski, to Rimbaud and other roughnecks, to the wet t-shirts at Cedar Isle, and to the Cedar Creek Lake rememberers who still remember all of the greatest poems of all. To Siberian Huskies named Marley who live in Dallas, Texas with Dirty Phil, and to Dirty Phil, to pain and pills and poems, to words that slide into lyrical oblivion. Sometimes these can be the greatest lines of all times. Dare I say, the better poems that can rise from poets here today, like drunken ramblings, drunken one-nighters, far beyond driven, drunk drivers, and Dracula. No more drama, but more hot actresses, sexy, angel, poetess, prostitutes, politics, to the Texas Outlaw Press, and to all of the greatest poems of all. To Polly, to Pam, to the paranormal, to the ghosts of the greatest poems of all. To the ghouls, to the grim reaper, to death in its poetic casting call for us all. I'd like to give a shout out to the gangsters of the ghettos of Grand Prairie, to the hypodermic hipsters of Plano who never made it, never got to hear the greatest poems of all. To poems that got kicked out of Magnolia for chunking salt shakers, fat jokes, plastic chairs, who never sweat the petty shit but always pet the sweaty shit from Shinola to Shangri-La, from 26th and San Gabriel to the Angel Gabriel, from trumpets to cherubim. To these crazy, insane, hot American chicks who love poets, poems, and Palm Pilots. To an Austin poetry renaissance or to purgatory. How about another round of drinks to the greatest poets and poems of all?